People of the internet! Welcome back to another video. It is I, Don Thomas, back in here with another one. As always, folks, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for the support on this channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into today's topics, folks. Got a video pulled up here. It comes from a channel on YouTube called All Urban Central. Of course, they've been talking about B.Simone, comedian, social media influencer, podcaster. She does a lot of different things. Shout out to B.Simone. B.Simone, of course, is somebody I've spoken about on this channel before as well, too. Looks like she's back on these internet streets going viral, and people have some feel away about her recent sentiments when telling a story of her finances and how that she's now, no longer financially affluent and having to resort in working or, shopping, I should say, back at H&M. Let's watch the clip. Of course, I'll share my thoughts as well, too. People are sharing their takes, whatever the case is. Let's watch the clip. I think there is a valuable lesson that we can all take away from this, myself included. I'll watch the clip. I'll share my thoughts. Of course, I encourage you guys to share your thoughts down in the comment section below. Let's get into it.
It's just my finances. The budgeting, you see how I am nitpicking every little thing. I've never been like that. We were in Bloomingdales yesterday. I'm like, we have to go to H&M.
Yeah.
I notice it in me now, just nitpicking. And it's not even, I just don't have it like to spend the liquid.
Yeah.
I'm used to having liquid. I'm used to seeing a certain amount in my account. But you're
Let's pause right there. So yeah, basically as that gentleman just said it there, of course, shout out to this channel as well too over on YouTube. Again, All Urban Central over on YouTube. So basically that's the whole takeaway. That's what this statement, this clip that I just played, of course, is what's gotten B.Simone in a little bit of heat on these internet streets. Basically, B.Simone has came up in the world. She's touched millions of dollars, if I'm not mistaken. Of course, she had been a millionaire. She was on this show, on that show. She was on Wild 'N Out. She released a book. She has a podcast. She's been financially affluent before. Now in this clip, of course, that you saw that's been going viral these past few days, she's saying that her finances are tight, resulting in her now having to shop at H&M, right? And the reason she's getting a lot of backlash, a lot of reasons that people don't feel sorry for her, this, that, and the other. There's one clip, so maybe a year ago, I think I maybe spoken this before as well too. Maybe about a year or so ago, B.Simone went viral again for saying that she refuses to talk to a man who works a 9-to-5. Oh, I can't talk to no man with a 9-to-5. He got to do what I do. And this, that, and the other. And I don't know if those two necessarily correlate. Her preference is her preference. Her being an entrepreneur, whatever the case is. But I think people are saying, how the tables have turned. Oh, how the tables have turned for the fact that she was saying she doesn't want a man who works a 9-to-5, but now it looks like she needs to get a 9-to-5. I don't know if those two currently really correlate. Your preference is your preference is what I have to say. But people are kind of laughing at her, mocking her, saying that, so be it, or whatever the case is, and this, that, and the other. Other people are saying it's a little bit out of touch, and she needs to read the room a little bit because there's some people who can't even afford to shop at Walmart, Target, and you're complaining about no longer being able to have the luxury to shop at Bloomingdales, which of course was a high-end luxury retail or retail store, fashion store, to then resulting to work at, to shop at H&M. H&M, I'm no stranger to H&M. H&M was a place that I've shopped at before. Zara, whatever the case. I wanted to play another clip as well too. Shout out to Charlemagne, the good brother Charlemagne over on the Breakfast Club. I like a take that he had as well too, which was a little bit more grounded in reality. Charlemagne, of course, is another media spokesperson, commentator, entrepreneur, doing well for himself as well too. He released a clip after this B.Simone clip went viral, just kind of basically talking about like not having shame in shopping at H&M, and how we should all live within our means, whatever the case. Let's play that clip real quick. I thought it was a very good clip. Shout out to Charlemagne, and I'll come back and share my thoughts as well too.
I want to show y'all something real quick. I'm not trying to shit on nobody by showing y'all this. I got mad love for B.Simone, that's the homie. But I do want to show y'all something, okay? I was in Cannes Lions last week for business. I'm going to show you what I took with me, okay? I'm just going to show you some of the things I took with me. Boom. H&M, Relax Fit Cargos. H&M, okay? Relax Fit Coupe, whatever the hell that is. Ooh, what's this? Oh. This right here, Zara, okay? For a little razzle-dazzle. That was some white linens. This right here is like some black slacks. This too is H&M. This right here, what's this right here? Oh, Zara, okay. some beige linen, more a little razzle dazzle. This right here, Zara. Okay, this like some black linen. All right. This right here, this too is Zara. Okay, that's Zara right there. You see a little baggy fit black jeans. This too is some denim, baggy jeans, Zara. Okay. This right here is some loose, ample H&M. Okay. The moral of the story is, don't live beyond your means, kids. Okay. H&M and Zara, that's high end to me. Now, the reason the tags are still on all of these things is because they're going back. I've been unemployed 4 times. Okay. I've been unemployed 4 times. I've had to collect unemployment checks. I don't live beyond my means. Okay, if I got $500 in my pocket, I treat it like I really only got 2 because the IRS getting half anyway. Okay, y'all having a blessed night.
Spots right there. Shout out to Charlamagne, man, adding some comedic relief to this whole situation, of course, and kind of just letting it be known that there's nothing wrong with shopping at H&M. Again, we live in a society right now, folks, where, people in certain industries and people of certain statures got an image to maintain. So they couldn't be caught shopping at Old Navy or The Gap or wherever, whatever the case is. And I like that Charlamagne was able to show his, true nature. Of course, he, is being funny himself as well, too, but he's dead serious. And even saying that he's even going to take some of that stuff back. A lot of the plans that you saw that he was showing just now, of course, came from H&M and Zara. Me, of course, I shop at Zara. I think this shirt actually is from Zara. Zara is a little bit more expensive than H&M. It's like H&M's like big brother. Like it's H&M and probably like Zara, but hey, a bargain is a bargain. Me personally, folks, if you ask me, like I don't fall for that trap when it comes to fashion. Like you're never really gonna see me like, yeah, okay, I have a few pieces. Like okay, cool. You'll wear a few pieces here and there. Like I like quality over quantity, right? Yeah, okay, you could wear some Ralph Lauren or whatever the case, this, that, and the other. You could get certain pieces. Get you a nice jacket, get you nice whatever the case is, but your everyday day-to-day clothes, I don't see why somebody needs to be spending buku bread on some jeans and a shirt, whatever the case is, that you're probably going to wear once. God forbid, we live in a society now where it's just like, oh, God forbid you take a photo in that shirt, then you can't wear it again because, oh, social media already saw what our society's so backwards and like corrupted, where it's just like, you'll spend $1,000 on a shirt, whatever the case is, or $100, depending on if it's designer, whatever the case is, and you take a photo in it once, and now you feel like, I can't wear this again because I wore it, or I wore this out and people saw me in it, so I can't wear it again. It's just like, wait, what? Do you not own a washer and dryer? Do you not know how to go to the dry cleaners? You spent how much on that article of clothing, and now you're afraid to wear it again, whatever the case is? We gotta reprioritize a lot of our things, a lot of our mindset when it comes to certain things in social media. And again, another reason why this backlash was coming, B.Simone was getting this backlash, of course, is that because who's supposed to feel sorry for her? Again, like the only people that would be able to resonate with B.Simone are people of that status. So it's just like celebrities and, people who are affluent, whatever the case is. Those are the only people that can really resonate with what B.Simone is saying, saying that she's going through a little bit of financial hardship and that she can no longer shop at Bloomingdales anymore, so she has to resort to H&M. But her target audience, the reason why people thought it was like a little bit clueless and she has to read the room a little bit is that who's your target? Who else is gonna feel sorry for you outside of that? That's only a small group. The majority of B.Simone's supporters are probably regular, everyday people like you and me. The people that she's selling her books to, the people that she does stand up for, whatever the case is, the people that, I'm sure a few of her, her colleagues, whatever the cases, are gonna be other celebrities and influencers and whatever the case is. But the mass majority of B.Simone supporters are probably people that shop at H&M, are probably people that don't have the luxury of shopping at Bloomingdales. So it's a little bit distasteful. A lot of people thought it's just like, who are you expecting sympathy from? If not the other people that are in your caliber of financial bracket, whatever the case is. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like your target audience is regular everyday people. So to say that, oh, I had to lower myself to the standards of H&M, you've probably insulted your whole target audience or the demographic of people that actually support you, because they too are maybe going off on rough times. And like I said as well too, they too are probably struggling to even afford groceries or afford to be able to shop at Walmart, Target, whatever the case is. There's a demographic of people that are struggling within those means. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, you got to be able to read the room a little bit, knowing your target audience, one, and then just knowing the current cultural state of our world. We're living right now where people are struggling to find jobs. People can't afford groceries. People can't afford healthcare, childcare, and you're crying about not being able to shop at Bloomingdale's and having to resort to shopping at H&M. People are contemplating World War III right now, and you're crying, saying that you can't afford to shop luxuriously no more because whatever the case is. So that's just my whole take. I feel like, let this be a stark warning for all of us, right? Anybody can come across financial hardship, right? again, B.Simone is somebody who I'm pretty sure has touched $1 million, who's have products and influence and this, that, has been on TV shows, this, that, and the other. And she is not exempt from financial hardship, crying and saying that her finances are tight right now, whatever the case is. And to be completely honest, folks, myself and a lot of people that I know right now as well too are kind of sort of in that same boat. Whereas it's like, okay, got a penny pinch and kind of be very secure about your finances right now. Because again, right now with people, losing jobs and people, whatever the case is, a lot of situations that people are, struggling to find work or have, obtained degrees or whatever the case is and aren't able to find work after doing so, whatever the case is. Grocery prices, childcare prices, gas prices, like everything is super expensive. Inflation in itself, regardless of how much you make right now, I think everybody to some degree is feeling the brunt of the high prices of pretty much everything. The cost of living has skyrocketed, right? So I feel like to some degree, I think everybody at some point is going to feel some type of financial strain, unless you're the billionaires and multimillionaires that, that live out here in the world as well too. But let this be a lesson to us all that life is seasons. You could be up one season, down the next. Trust me, I'm no stranger to ups and downs when it comes to finances and, this, that, and the other. Like, I have seen it all. You see what I'm saying? But one thing for me, and what I took away from it as well, too, is that we should all live within our means. Like, I think some of us fall victim, especially in this social media space and this whole, influencer, whatever the case is, online space. Sometimes I feel like we've built an image for ourselves that it's harder to maintain. I think some people do that, especially within the music industry and the culture industry, whereas maybe you're known for eating at a certain restaurant consistently or taking luxurious trips or wearing certain clothes. And then you come across financial strain and now you're struggling to maintain that image. Whereas I like Charlamagne's take, where it's just like, you just keep it real. I think if you live authentically within yourself and live within your means, you wouldn't necessarily run into these problems. Me personally, I have no shame in telling y'all that, I when it comes, and again, everybody has the thing that they're willing to spend that extra dollar on. So if you're somebody who does want to spend an extra dollar on your clothes, whatever the case is, spend that tip-top dollar on your clothes, your car, whatever the case is, then you have that right to do so. But do know that life is seasons. And sometimes those rainy days that we're saving for, maybe sometimes we ain't saving up for those rainy days. And sometimes, sometimes we don't plan for financial hardship, whatever the case is, and you do have to go back to living within your means if you're somebody that lived above your means, whatever the case is. So that's what I took away from it. Shout out to Charlamagne, shout out to B.Simone, people that, of course, I'm familiar with within this online social media and media space, content creation space. Familiar with all of these people. Shout out to Charlamagne for kind of bringing B.Simone and everybody else down to earth and saying that there's nothing wrong with shopping at H&M. And some people would look at H&M as a luxury. Of course, if you're somebody who used to shop at, Target or whatever the case is, like, rock what you rock, wear what you wear, and understand that life is ebbs and flows. Life is ups and downs, bro. Like, some chapters you're gonna have it, some chapters you're not gonna have it. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't think there's anything wrong with shopping at H&M. And let this be a cautionary tale to all of us as well too, that be grateful for those seasons that you're up. Be grateful, plan accordingly. Talk to myself as well too, like be grateful for circumstances where God has blessed you with certain income or status or whatever the case is that affords you certain luxuries, because those things are usually fleeting in some situations, if we don't plan accordingly, right? But that's just my take. Of course, I want to hear yours down in the comment section below. As always, the likes, the comments, the subscribes are all greatly appreciated. I will catch you guys on the next one.